If you're in sales long enough, you're going to hear the phrase, sales forgive sins. So what in the world does that mean? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. It's August 7th, 2017. 8:47 in the morning here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Perfect day to talk about sales. And a perfect day to talk about what sales forgive sins means. And, here's the thing. You could be a salesperson and you could look around the building and you could say, hey, look, that guy over there, he doesn't have to show up to the meetings. What's going on? Or that guy over there, he doesn't have to do his paperwork. What's going on? And, there are some salespeople out there that are closers that they don't really care for all the things that everybody else has to do. They don't want to go to meetings. They don't want to do paperwork. They just want to show up and close deals. And, here's the thing that I see is the second that salespeople start complaining about other salespeople, they start going into the self-defeating mode and it turns into self-sabotage. And what that means is they start looking for reasons to not like their job. They start looking for reasons to not like their sales. They start looking for reasons to not like the company. And then they start complaining and they go down this path that they get with this guy complain and that guy and complain. And then it just doesn't stop until somebody grabs them and says, stop. You know what? You really need to focus on dealing with the client and dealing with the people that come into the door that want to talk about business and closing deals. And so what a lot of salespeople don't understand is sometimes management will take a look. You got the manager over here, and he says, you know what? This guy over here is a closer, so here's what we're going to do, is we're going to treat him a little bit different. He doesn't have to show up to the meetings. He doesn't have to do the paperwork. He doesn't have to do X. He doesn't have to do Y. He doesn't have to do Z. You know what? That's because that guy's a closer and he brings in money, and I'd rather have him focus on closing a deal than dealing with all this other stuff. You guys are newer over here. You're not as experienced. You're not a closer. You're not a performer. So guess what? A perk of you getting to this level in life is you don't have to do all those things. So sales forgive sins. We're going to let that guy go. He doesn't have to do what you have to do. And you know what? Instead of looking at it's not fair, it's not right, why not focus on, okay, well, if this guy gets this treatment, when I get there too, I'm going to get that treatment as well. Okay? So that's one version of what sales forgive sins means. The other version is there's companies who they're not really good at performing, but they're good at bringing in revenue. So they have a really high revenue dollar for what they do, and it makes up the difference from them being effective. So, you look at it this way. If you got a salesperson who's really effective, what would you rather them do? Sit in a meeting or close a deal? From a business standpoint, not just take yourself out of it as a salesperson. Would you rather have them go out, close deals, or would you rather have them sit in a meeting and lose a deal? Okay, so that's one way to look at it. And if it's a business standpoint, the second explanation here, would you rather have a company go out and make a bunch of money, right, and go out there and do a bunch of sales and not be as effective as they could, or deal with being effective? This is a personal choice, right? From the business owner standpoint, this has nothing to do with me as a sales trainer. This has nothing to do with you as a salesperson. But if you're a business owner, you just got to know that when you do this and you let sales forgive sins, sometimes it creates conflict, right? But you know what? Once again, if you're a salesperson, you got to stay in your own lane and worry about you and not everybody else. So there you go. Sales forgive sins. Just know if you get caught up in it, it will create self-sabotage for you, and it's not a good thing. It's not something you really need to worry about. You should be worried about, how do I close another deal, instead of why doesn't Jimmy have to come to a meeting, or why doesn't Becky have to come to a meeting? Who cares? Go out and close a deal, all right? Now, if you could do a small favor for me in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that'd be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there is a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. And then last of all, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.